The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. A government which does not trust its citizens to be armed is not itself to be trusted. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Always assume incompetence before looking for conspiracy. A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Power is the pivot on which everything hinges. He who has the power is always right, the weaker is always wrong. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. Politics have no relation to morals. One of the great secrets of the day is to know how to take possession of popular prejudices and passions, in such a way as to introduce a confusion of principles which makes impossible all understanding between those who speak the same language and have the same interests. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. There is no surer sign of decay in a country than to see the rights of religion held in contempt. All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger, it's impossible, but calculating risk and acting decisively. Make mistakes of ambition and not mistakes of sloth. Develop the strength to do bold things, not the strength to suffer. The unarmed man is not just defenseless, he is also contemptible. We must bear in mind, then, that there is nothing more difficult and dangerous, or more doubtful of success, than an attempt to introduce a new order of things in any state. For the innovator has for enemies all those who derived advantages from the old order of things, whilst those who expect to be benefited by the new institutions will be but lukewarm defenders. Rome remained free for 400 years and Sparta 800, although their citizens were armed all the time. But many other states that have been disarmed have lost their liberties in less than 40 years. Women are the most charitable creatures, and the most troublesome. He who shuns women passes up the trouble, but also the benefits. He who puts up with them gains the benefits, but also the trouble. As the saying goes, there's no honey without bees. You know better than I that in a republic talent is always suspect. A man attains an elevated position only when his mediocrity prevents him from being a threat to others. And for this reason a democracy is never governed by the most competent, but rather by those whose insignificance will not jeopardize anyone else's self-esteem. It is just as difficult and dangerous to try to free a people that wants to remain servile as it is to enslave a people that wants to remain free. If an injury has to be done to a man, it should be so severe that his vengeance need not be feared. Entrepreneurs are simply those who understand that there is little difference between obstacle and opportunity and are able to turn both to their advantage. there is nothing as likely to succeed as what the enemy believes you cannot attempt. Wars begin when you will, but they do not end when you please. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. I desire to go to hell and not to heaven. In the former I shall enjoy the company of popes, kings and princes, while in the latter are only beggars, monks and apostles.
Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss out a chance to see next video. Subscribe.